We put a stockinette up on the dog's leg, and we want to pull the stocking up as high as we can up into the groin, and the surgical tubing will go on the lateral aspect. This is fiberglass casting tape. We only need to use 2 or 3 rolls around the limb, and that'll be sufficient in order to make it strong enough. I put this in the water for 10 seconds, and then I took it out of the water and squeezed it 3 times to get the water out. And then I'm just wrapping very quickly up the limb. And as you can see, we have somebody holding the stockinette up, so very high up under the groin. And that's about all we need. As far as 2 to 3 layers is all we need. We can cut off the excess. And the important part now is to cast the dog with the leg in a fairly straight or extended position. Normal carrying angle is fine. A little bit more extension is good. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to massage the fibers of the fiberglass so they all bond together. And this person is holding the stockinette up and making sure that it doesn't slide down. I'm massaging in over the tibia and along the tube and delineating the Achilles tendon. And as you see, I'm on the floor, and that's usually the best way to do it. So I can see exactly what's going on. You can actually do this up on a table also. But this is the way we cast all of our dogs on the floor in a normal standing position. Once I massage that in all the way, what I want to do is delineate where the patella tendon is. Here's the tibial tubercle, patella tendon is above that, and the kneecap is above that. Now, before this gets too hard, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line where that tube was, right along that tube, and usually I just put little cross hatches on it. Now I'm going to take a sharp razor knife, and this is still a little bit soft. I'm going to wait just another 20 seconds or so before it gets too hard. You should start feeling some rigidity to it. But before it gets too hard, we can cut it off now, right on the tube. And this is where you want to be a little careful. Just cut down on the tube. You can use your thumb as a guide so you don't go too far. Now we can take the tube off. When you're using that razor knife, make sure it's very sharp. I always put a new blade in. Then we can use the scissors and cut off the stockinette. Make sure we don't have any hair caught inside the groin, and just gently remove it. So there's the cast of the dog's leg. Now, while this is still a little bit soft, what I'll do is I'll staple it up, or we can go ahead and run some tape around there. You can see it's only been a couple minutes and that cast is already hard. We take measurements, we put the measurements on the measurement sheet, and we write the dog's name on the cast. So we only need 3 measurements here, or 4 altogether. We take them in centimeters. We go just above the calcaneus is our first measurement, and that's 120. Our second measurement is at the patella tendon, and that's 240. And then the third measurement on this side, the affected side, is high up into the groin, as high as you can go, and that's 330. And then we also measure the contralateral side to see how much atrophy there is, and that's 375. Are put just at the calcaneus, above the calcaneus, at the knee center, patella tendon, and then high up in the groin, and then there's a measurement for the contralateral side. We need to mark the color and write out the prescription determining exactly what the dog's injury is. And most vets will just write in their CCL injury.